Well, hello and happy Sunday evening. Good Sunday evening to everybody. Thank you for being here. We'll wait as usual for the YouTube notifications to go out. So while we're waiting for that, I always would like to take the time to, first of all, thank everybody that's going to join here. Let me turn off the sound behind me. Uh, Everybody that's going to join here in the live show today, and then anybody here watching that's going to be watching on the replay, thank you as well. I want to just take a moment to tell you that since you're not in the live chat, you won't be able to ask your questions, but that doesn't mean you can't. On the live replay, on the replay, you could go ahead and ask your comments down below in the comment section, which I get notifications on, and I'll answer your questions. So that's been working out pretty good. I'm glad I do that reminder because after the fact, I notice a lot of people will ask their questions in that replay comment section. So feel free to do so. Happy to answer your questions after the fact because I know not everybody can make these live events, but I don't want you to be able to miss out on the information. So just wanted to share that. Let's see what else we got going on. Well, we're still waiting for, I've seen the numbers coming in, so that means the notifications are going out, which is a good thing. As usual, I like to have these little live sessions to just give everybody an opportunity live to ask questions. I know that there's other ways for people to get a hold of me through social media and those type of things. But of course, not everybody's always able to get to those Facebook groups or sometimes just like to get together here in a community setting and have these discussions. I love them. I enjoy them and would continue to do them with whatever frequency I can. It's been basically every week. I'll be cruising March 24th. So obviously that week or weekend, I won't be able to do anything, but it's good because when I come back, I'll have more information and I'll do like a cruise recap. So let's go see who's going on here. What's going on in the chat? I see April in here. Hello, April, my moderator, always there to help support. I see the cruising couple, Julia and Mark. Hello, welcome in. That's a new name, the Living Legend. What's going on? Welcome in. Glad to have you here. When in Ensenada, do they give you change back in pesos? Hey, Robert, I will answer that in just a second. Andrew, hello, welcome in. Google and Rob, I see you. Hello, what's going on? Stephen Cox, hello, just made it in. Good to see you here. There's Mary, and others. Okay, I see April answering Robert's question. When in Ensenada, they do give you change back in pesos, not in U.S. dollars. So when you could use U.S. dollars, of course, but your change will come back in pesos. So just keep that in mind. I see somebody else coming in. So we'll just, again, like I said, wait a few minutes here to get a little bit more of our audience, and then we'll get started. But I will answer questions as we go along. Hey, Groomer Girl Bruno. Hello, everyone. Checking in from Arizona. All right. Back here in Arizona where I'm at. I'm in Peoria myself. So welcome in, Groomer Girl. Bob's here as well. Hello. Welcome in. All right. So, of course, I'll continue to take questions as we go along. I do want to just let everybody know that we do have a pretty good community of people in the Carnival Long Beach Cruisers Facebook group continuing to grow, which I love. That I call it the CLBC family, Carnival Long Beach Cruisers family. Just a great group. So if you're into Facebook groups, come join us if you're not already part of the group. I kind of started a little subgroup called Ensenada Cruisers as well. And I have those links up in the chat there if you want to join them. Feel free to do so. Hi, honey. First time getting to join you. Sam and I are from Peoria also. Oh, very nice. Well, hello, neighbors. Oh, I see my friends. Hi there. Flipper and Eric. Good to see you. I love watching the progress on your home on Facebook. Eric is doing such an amazing job. So this is what I love. Again, as we just kind of wait a few minutes here, I think we got a pretty good audience, but is just the people that you meet all along. Like, I absolutely love it. It's what I started the YouTube thing for, is to kind of build a community. It's hard, like when you're first starting out, right? You gotta get yourself out there, make videos, and just provide good quality content, start Facebook groups, those type of things. And now I feel like I've got to that point, and it's just continued to grow, and I love it. But Flipper and Eric I met on the Panorama, and just amazing people. So that's what I truly, truly love. Hey, Google and Rob, I'm really looking to do the Panorama eventually. It's the only ship from his class that we were missing. Yeah, I just finished up the on that horizon when I met Guga was the last of them for me. So the first one I did was the Vista out of Galveston. Then I did the Panorama twice in October 2021, and then the Horizon last September. So I love that class of ship. I'm glad that we have the Panorama out here in our backyard. So, and I'm going to be going on the Panorama. I'll be talking about that later on, but I wanted to stay focused on the Radiance right now. Hey, Jennifer Dela Cruz, what's going on? Welcome in. Mr. Martinez, hey guys, just got to Long Beach. My family's first cruise on the Radiance tomorrow. Oh my goodness, that's awesome. Can't wait to hear how it went after the fact. I'm assuming you're in the Facebook group for that roll call, so can't wait. That's awesome. The first cruise there. We're going on our first cruise April 17th, another first cruise, and have learned so much already from you. Beth referred me to you. Okay, got it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Gina, right? I think that's who it is. Yes, thank you so much, and I'm glad, and man, I'm excited. I get so excited for everybody else. I kind of live vicariously through everybody through the Facebook groups, which I absolutely love doing. So very good. What's the latest you can board on embarkation day, Robert? When you get your boarding pass, it will typically state. What I've seen so far on the Radiance has been 3:30 p.m. So I haven't seen different, and this is. Gosh, I lost track. But how many Radiance cruises now? I'm at 13, 14. I don't know. What I do know, I'm excited about when I go on March 24th will be my 25th overall cruise, which is a Carnival does like a milestone cruise. They give you a special card, 25th card, and it's going to be white. Even though I'm platinum, it'll be white. So it's kind of cool. But yeah, 3:30 p.m. to answer your question, Robert. Arizona neighbors, I'm outside of Tucson. All right, very cool. Michelle Banks says, when renting an electric wheelchair, do you need to contact the cruise first? I have trouble walking long distances. Yeah, there's it's called Scoot Around. So if you're online, look for Scoot Around in the Long Beach Cruise Terminal, and then you can rent it through them. And then it's like from where you park, I mean, just a few feet. Well, I should say not from where you park. If you're going with somebody else, they can drop you off in the drop-off area. It's a very short walk from there versus parking and then walking, yes. But from where you would be dropped off to the Scoot Around area where you would rent it, it's a pretty short walk, even if you don't rent it in advance. But yeah, it's a short walk to answer your question. Hey, saying, hey, Han, hey, Chris. My check-in is tomorrow. Do you know how early we're able to check in online? So your online check-in is tomorrow? Actually, if it's tomorrow, you can actually do it. So if you're, I'm guessing, I'm sorry, I'm trying to do the math. So you're on the 27th cruise, I'm guessing. If you are, you can actually check in tonight at 9 p.m. Pacific time. So if I got that right, if you're talking about the online check-in, if you are on the 27th, so typically, yes, your check-in would be tomorrow, but you could check in as early as 9 p.m. Pacific, which would be midnight Eastern. So hope that helps. Edward Vigil says, first-time cruiser will be going to celebrate my wife's birthday. Looking forward to the meet and greet and enjoying the weekend. Very cool. That's something I'll tell everybody. Luckily, I'm not too far behind. So, yeah, when you go on these cruises, anybody that's in here, if you're not already in your roll call group, which is basically a specific sailing group for your, I know there's a bunch of Facebook groups out there, but this one is specifically for your sailing. And in there, people will do like meet and greets, bar crawls, shot glass exchange, normal gift exchange, just a regular gift exchange, all kinds of different things, cabin decorating and all that stuff. So it's really good to get involved in your cruise-specific sailing group. So have a great time. That's awesome. Any review of room 6402? I don't think I've stayed in 6402. It doesn't sound familiar. I'm checking my previous rooms. Yeah, I've stayed in 6279, which is an 8B balcony, category 8B balcony. But I don't think, I haven't stayed in that room. So what type of room is that? And if you have a category, that'd be nice. But is it balcony, interior, ocean view? Maybe just let us know. Maybe somebody can help out. Yes, Gina. Okay, that's up. I just talked to your husband recently. I remember. Sammy? Yeah, Sammy. So, very nice. Thank you. We love you too. Can't wait to get to cruise together. I know, me too. I'm going on the Panorama. I think I mentioned that earlier. July 8th. So I'm excited to get back on the Panorama. But I know you guys usually like to go in the beginning of January. So I'm switching my screen back over here to go in the beginning of January, which is very, very difficult for me right in the beginning of the year to do, especially a cruise that long. But hopefully we'll get connected again. At Livy6, I don't know who that was for, but our first cruise is March 31st. Michelle Banks, awesome. March 31st. Is that a 3 day? Oh yeah, that's a 3 day. Yeah, so I'll be on the weekend just before you, March 24th. Very cool. Hello, going on. Hi, Andrew. Hello, going on the Radiance in April. Can we put Clorox wipes and Lysol in our luggage? Like Clorox wipes and Lysol wipes? Yeah, absolutely. You could definitely bring those on. I know many people do like to kind of wipe down the room, wipe down the phone, wipe down common areas that are touched and stuff. So absolutely, definitely can bring those on. I love seeing all these first-time cruisers. Welcome to the best addiction. I know, right? I that's the thing. Like, everybody in there. I was just talking to some new YouTuber a little bit earlier, and I always tell everybody, you should really figure out what your YouTube journey is going to be. In the beginning, much like many other YouTubers, I didn't know. I just kind of was like copycatting, right? Trying to figure things out. And then I just realized that I just love helping people. It's just kind of been a natural thing for me my whole life. And so I thought, hey, you know what? Why not focus on first-time cruisers, especially out of Long Beach is an area that, I'm getting more familiar with. And then when I started being able to do the Radiance on a monthly basis, I said, okay, well, I can kind of get into that, a little bit of a niche. So I'm very excited about that. Chris has got you going on my first cruise on the 27th. Thanks for all the helpful videos and Facebook group. Hey, anytime, no worries. So yeah, so if you're on the 27th, then yeah, you could definitely check in tonight, 9 p.m. Pacific. First-time cruiser coming from Idaho. Hey, Michael Cates, welcome in. Very cool. That's a little bit of a trek. Please tell me you're flying in the day before. I know a lot of people. It's not always easy, right, to fly in. Sometimes the night before, and the hotels in that area I know could be really pricey, which is another new focus. I kind of put myself. I'm trying to give you some hotel options because I know a lot of people, at least in the Long Beach area, it gets really expensive. Like most recently, we stayed at a Hampton Inn Suites out in Seal Beach, which was definitely more affordable compared to some of the other hotels. So always consider that. But hey, welcome to, as Flipper said earlier, welcome to your new addiction. That's awesome. 6402 is a category 1A interior aft near the elevators. Okay, I've stayed. I haven't stayed in that category. In that cabin, but I've stayed in a category 1A. Is it an upper lower? If I remember correctly, that's the category 1A. I loved it. I'll be honest with you. If I ever go alone, I kind of try to find one of those rooms because they're very roomy. Lately, I've been cruising mostly with my best friend. But if I'm ever going solo, I prefer those because they're just, you have a lot of space. They have just the twin, and then if there's a bunk, an upper bunk, that kind of thing. So I liked it. As far as being near the elevators, I'll tell you, like I tell everybody when they ask me this question about elevators, you're going to get noise, right? The elevator noise, the people noise, people coming in and out, that kind of thing throughout the evening. So if you're a type of person that goes to bed early, easily to be disturbed, I would definitely recommend earplugs for sure, because people come off those elevators, especially when they're getting off the elevators and walking into the cabin area, they're still having these conversations, sometimes very loud conversations, and they carry that into the cabin hallways. So, and you're going to get it right away, right? Most of the time. So anyway, just something to think about if you're a light sleeper or early, person that goes to bed early. Hey, Force, have you done the behind the fun excursion on the Radiance? Is it hard to get a spot? I was going to buy it as soon as we get on board. I think I heard it's coming back here soon. I want to say it was in April that it's coming back. I'd have to double check. But I know that it's supposed to be coming back. And no, to answer your question, I haven't done it yet. It is something I really, really want to do. So there's a good chance that when it is available, and like I said, it wasn't available. I didn't see it available for my March booking. So my guess is, because I remember thinking, oh, okay, as soon as it's available, I'm going to book it. So I think I'm booked April 14th. So I hope to do it then. But is it hard to get a spot? I don't know. We'll find out. They're just bringing it back. I don't know how many spots they're going to have available, that type of thing. So I would say, kind of keep, stay aware of when it's going to be available and go to your cruise manager as soon as possible to book it. Sorry, I couldn't stay longer. My break is over. Back to the grind. Have a great night. No worries. Thank you for stopping by and saying hello. Enjoy your rest of your evening. Look up your ship and room number. You might get lucky if I review. Yeah, that's true. Good point. Yeah, you could definitely try to look that up. Living Legend. Look it up on YouTube. See if it's if there's something available for that specific room. Hi, Jamie. Hey, I see that you're the mod at April 7th Radiance Cruise. Will you be on that one? I'll be going with my family for my parents' 50th anniversary. No, I'm actually on April 14th. So I usually just, for those that are kind of new to the channel, I create these Facebook groups for the roll call groups for the Radiance just because, again, I'm on it every month. And I feel it's a great way for me to just another method of me sharing out the information I'm learning each month. So I definitely enjoy sharing that information through my Facebook group or sharing it through my YouTube channel. But especially first-time cruisers, they're not, if they haven't found me yet on YouTube or they haven't figured out that I have this larger Facebook group, it's just another way, another touch point, right, for me to be able to interact with first-time cruisers. So sorry, long answer to your short question. No, I won't be on that one. I'll be on the one the weekend after. So. But have a great time. That's amazing. Parents' 50th anniversary. What a fun celebration. So thank you for being here, Jamie. And if you have any other questions, drop them in. What are the best chat options? I've heard that Facebook Messenger sometimes works in airplane mode or texting, or the chat feature in the hub. Emily, hi, welcome in. I'll tell you, I haven't used the chat feature in a long time. My family is just recently now starting to cruise again. We're going to be going on the Panorama soon. So, but we've opted to just buy the social plan. In the past, like if you forget to leave the chat app running in the background or the hub app running in the background, people won't get messages and this and that. So just to not mess with the headache, we decided to just get the social plan for the girls, for our 3 daughters. My wife and I will most likely get the premium plans. She's got to usually work. Sometimes she's a realtor and stuff like that. So here's the other thing I've suggested to people: get the chat app. If it works, great. You're only invested $5, right? If it doesn't work, have them refund you back the money and say, hey, it's not working. It's garbage, whatever. And then, switch to a social media plan. So that's usually what I recommend to people that are kind of on the fence, is try the chat app first, and maybe you get off really easy and it's working great, and $5 each per person versus I can't remember what the social plan is. So I would give that a try, Emily, see how that works. Andrew, I got an offer from Carnival to upgrade my room to spa room balcony for $50. Is it worth it? What is your current room? What is your current room? Spa room balcony. I mean, if it's a balcony to a balcony, and unless you're not planning on using the spa, might not be worth it. So let us know what your current room is, or cabin. My biggest fear is getting seasick. Fear. Okay. Anyone else concerned about that? Luckily for me, knock on wood, I do not have that issue. I've never had it. Luckily. I don't want to jinx myself. But I always tell people when they bring that up, just kind of do a preemptive strike, right? And just take the Dramamine or Bonine or whatever beforehand. Don't wait till you are seasick and then try to take it. Then you forget about it. You're done. So I would say bring those and just take them in advance. Follow the instructions on them and stuff like that. I just had this conversation not so long ago with somebody. So that's what I would recommend. What do the categories mean for the rooms, like the 1A? So they're, I'm just learning this, Bob. To be honest with you, for those of you that didn't know, I just became a travel agent. I think last week was my first full week. So I'm still trying to learn all what those categories mean. I know that like the numbers have, basically the higher you go in the letters, I guess, the better the cabin is in some way, because I noticed like in the pricing, it goes up a little bit. So beyond that, I don't know. Again, I'm still learning all that stuff, but I can just tell you what I've found when I've been doing my bookings is that as that letter goes up, so does the price. So, but they mean something to Carnival, obviously, these categories as well. So, look at this. Hey, thank you. Donation to the Tequila Fund. Thanks for the videos. Well, JDJ, thank you. That was completely unnecessary. Thank you for that super chat. Again, most of you guys that know me have known me for a while. And I say it all the time, and I hate to sound like a broken record, but for this, I don't mind sound like a broken record. I never got into YouTube to try to make money off of it. I never started this travel agency thing to make money off of it. I mean, granted, it's nice. It helps. It definitely helps with the travel and that kind of stuff. But I didn't want that. I didn't want it to get blurred, right? The line between me being here for you and me trying to profit off of you. And that was my biggest thing, is I don't want people, and people will still make that assumption. It's just part of the thing, right? Everybody thinks, well, why are you doing this? Why are you so helpful? Oh, there must be something in it for you. And it's hard for people to believe, unfortunately, and it's sad that we live in this type of world, that some people just care and they just like to help others. It's just the way I was raised and the way I am. But thank you, JDJ. I really appreciate it. Thanks so much. All right. Groomer Girl, May 1st cruise, second time on the Radiance. First time was in September with my husband. He passed away in October. This cruise will be with my son and some friends, having a remembrance cruise for my husband. Well, sorry for your loss. I'm really sorry to hear that. So your second time on the Radiance. Okay, first time was in September. Wow. Ooh, so that's going to be a tough one. But thanks for sharing that with us again. And sorry for your loss. My condolences. Michael Cates, many people recommend a product called I think you're talking about Bonai. Yeah, it's like Dramamine, but it's supposed to not make people drowsy. We're also getting C-bands for sleep sickness, so helping out with that question. DJ Jenna says, going April 14th. What night is the nice dinner, and are there theme events? So that is I just want to confirm that is the one I'm on. Okay, cool. So DJ Jenna, I'll be on that cruise as well. The Elegant Evening dinner is Saturday evening. As far as other theme events, this is another very commonly asked question. My response is usually, the theme events, the parties are determined by the entertainment director. And then with the assistance of the cruise director, Dion, who's the regular Radiance cruise director, just came back March 10th from his vacation. I don't anticipate he's changing a whole lot. So generally they'll have an 80s party. They'll have, if you're on the 4-day, not on the 3-day, a mega deck party, but on the 4-day, they'll have a mega deck party. They've been doing like a Motown music trivia party. So it's like, in the atrium, they'll play Motown music and dance and sing, and then also do some little trivia with it. So it's kind of fun. The white party that a lot of people usually ask about, what I've heard recently is they've moved it more back to a white, like a nightclub event where you dress up in white and stuff. So those are some of the things to expect. But the Elegant Evening dinner is Saturday evening. Okay. Girl Bruno said May 1st. That one jumped back. That was weird. Okay. There we go. Sorry. This platform, it's called StreamYard. It jumps around. It's really weird. So I have to kind of watch it. DJ Jenna Elegant Night will be day 2. Yep. Thank you at the Beach Life. You're very welcome. What kind of noise do I have to look forward to in a porthole room? I'm on deck 1 on the June 9th Radiance cruise. Yeah, so you'll be on my birthday cruise. That's right. I think it's your birthday at the same time as well, that same week. Are you forward, you said, right? Or you're saying looking forward? Okay, if you're in the forward part of the ship, I've had a porthole room there. The only thing you would hear is I believe it's the anchor when they drop the anchor. I'm not much of a morning person, so it kind of woke me up early in the morning when we docked in Ensenada. But other than that, it wasn't too bad noise-wise, especially when you're, that far down the hallway. Again, like I was talking about, people coming off the elevators and all that. Noise, you'll get less of that when you're in the forward and back parts of the ship. It's usually in the mid part of the ship where a lot of that traffic comes out of. So just keep that in mind. The social media plan worked well for iMessage. Okay, good to know. Thank you, April. Thanks. I like no reviews on room 6402 on YouTube yet, but Hani did a good job answering my concern about elevators and noise near them. Thank you. Glad to help. Tasha says, I've been seeing people say iPhone texting works on ship, no charge. I don't know. I've never tried it, so I'm not going to say that it doesn't. I usually just get the internet, so I don't know. It might. Maybe somebody else here will know. Maybe somebody else will answer that question that has tried it and hasn't gotten the internet and was able to do iPhone texting. So let us know. Somebody's done that before, but like I said, I've always had the internet, so I just assumed it worked because I had the internet, the Wi-Fi package. Do you know if they do anything special for? Hi, Kayla. Do you do anything special for anniversaries, like when it's noted in check-in? Also, did the menu events change during your sailing in October? They used to do little things. I think kind of funny story behind this one. But they used to do like a little cake and a happy anniversary song. What happened? Just a real quick funny. So I was on a large cruise with like 60 people from our YouTube community, and there was another couple with us. There's a couple that was supposed to join me and a friend. No, wait, was that any? That might have been a different cruise. No, it was. It was anyway. So I was going with like one other friend and then another couple that was that had marked that they had an anniversary. They decided not to show up for dinner, but me and this other friend decided to go ahead and have the dinner. And then they came over to our table thinking it was our anniversary and did this little cake and sung us, as I think it's had like HA on it, like for happy anniversary, and then sang a happy anniversary song, but it wasn't our anniversary. But anyway, I don't know if they still do that, to be honest with you. I know that not long ago they talked about not doing much for like birthdays and stuff like that. So I would say probably not. I know sometimes they, like for my birthday when I went last year, they did something for me at the steakhouse. They brought out a special dessert, and then the room attendant wrote on my mirror like happy birthday, that kind of thing. The second question: did the see menu or events change during your sailing in October? Not the menu, like the food menu, no, not really. And the events, the only thing I noticed with the events, I mean, I've been sailing the Radiance since January of last year, of 2022. It's just kind of weird. That's why I always tell people just kind of stay tuned, get connected with the cruise director on Facebook and see, because there was a time where they did have the mega deck party on the 3 days and then they took it away. Then they had the white party and then they took it away. So things are constantly changing. And again, it depends on the entertainment director. They have a new entertainment director. His name's Cameron, very nice guy. But he, when he comes in, he might change things up a little bit. But so far, it's been consistent. And now with Dion coming back. So, but food menu, no, not really. They did have some 50th anniversary or birthday stuff on the menu that they've taken off. I think they kept the chicken parm on there, if I remember correctly. But as far as events and stuff, not a whole lot. Like I said, they just kind of move things around. All right, I'm getting behind. My dad had a room by the elevator, and it wasn't noisy. Yeah, not always going to be noisy, right? Just, but just I always try to have people prepare for it just in case, especially if you go to bed early. Regular stateroom with balcony. Regular stateroom with balcony. Oh, yeah. Unless you're planning on using some of those spa benefits, I would probably say no, not worth the $50. To be quite honest. Legend, you're welcome. Honey, how many cruises do you cruise a year? I try to, like last year I cruised every month except for July. This year I'll cruise every month except for May, because I'm going to Cancun for a destination wedding with my wife. And then September is kind of up in the air because my wife and I may do another little vacation together. So I'm not sure. But yeah, and they're all three. Like I know, like a lot of people think, "Oh my God, you cruise a lot," but they're just little weekend cruises. I know. I mean, that's more than a lot of people get to do, but they're just these little weekend cruises. I get really good offers from the casinos, from the casino, and then I have one Friday off a month, so I just kind of piggyback on that and be able to do those cruises. So very, very blessed and fortunate to do it. Super helpful. Thanks so much for that. April is amazing. And what's funny is, for those of you that don't know, April has her first cruise was just was that December? April, yeah, December was her first cruise. I got to meet her and her family and stuff, but she's just awesome. Been very helpful with me with my Facebook groups and helpful in here. So thank you, April, for all that you do. Very, very appreciative. I get seasick and don't like medications. I eat green apples and drink ginger ale. Also, orientating yourself so your back is to the back of the ship helps a lot. Okay, that's really good advice. So especially, yeah, for those that don't want to take medications, those are some good, options with eating the green apples, the drinking the ginger ale. I've heard of people taking the ginger chew candies as well. So those are definitely some things that will help. Hello, Edward. Any tips for walking around Ensenada? We did not book any excursions and want to walk around a bit. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if you're in any of the Facebook groups or if you follow my YouTube channel. I haven't. A video I put out, I think it was from October, and then just recently I just uploaded a video where I do the walk down the boardwalk area, the Malcolm, and then walk around to certain areas in town. So I would just say, definitely do that boardwalk walk. It's a really nice, easy walk, and you kind of check out that area there or along the harbor, and then you can just take that around and back into the downtown area, and it'll bring you out back, and then you can go up like by Papa's and Beer, and then work your way back down, and then all the way back to the port area. But if you watch my videos, it's hard to explain, right? Like I'm trying to give you to visualize it, but it's very difficult, which is why I make my videos, I make the documents, I try to talk about it, through these live chats, and through the combination of those three things, I hope that it helps people, right, to navigate. But to visually see it, it makes it a lot easier if you watch the videos. Ginger candies or ginger gum also helps for seasickness, absolutely. Nama says, Sam, and I truly believe you do this because you enjoy it 100%. Thank you so much. I do, and I'm glad. I know a lot of people. I don't want to sound negative, because I would say 95, 99% of the people are very supportive and believe and believe in what I do, and those that get to know me and know me know that there's always that 1%, right, that are just haters, and and I kind of question them, right, and their own lives. Are you really that selfish or not helpful or whatever? Which we've all kind of seen people like that. So I just take it like that. Like, if you don't believe that, then you're not a very helpful person in real life. If you can't believe that some people truly just have a passion for something and are helpful. Sorry for your loss. Yeah, absolutely. Mary, thank you. Sorry for your loss. Okay. Wow, man, I was really behind that. I get on the Radiance tomorrow morning. Oh, yeah. Yes, you do. You do tomorrow morning. How exciting. I think that was Allison, right? That was Allison, if I remember correctly. I know the name is different, but what plan can I use to call and text, FaceTime, etc.? If you want to make calls like through, I use the social plan. I don't make calls out of it. I usually just use the text feature. So I don't know. So here's the thing. Again, I'll just tell people, with there's a social plan, right? There's a value plan, and then there's a premium. I always tell people, again, another piece of advice I'll give to everyone is start with the cheapest, right? Like I said, the chat feature, if you know that you want some form of internet, right? If you want some form of internet access, then the social plan is your cheapest option. So I tell people, start with social. If it doesn't work out for you, you can always upgrade. You can always upgrade to the value and then upgrade to the premium. So you're not stuck with, like, so don't buy it in advance, if you don't want to, or if you do buy it in advance, because I think there's a little bit of discount. I can't remember, but you can always, I don't think that one has a discount. Anyway, you can always upgrade it later. So. Also, anything special on Easter for the kids? Andrew, I don't know. I've seen that question asked a few times in the sailing group, and I don't know. I've never sailed during Easter. So if somebody sailed during Easter and knows the answer to that question, please help Andrew out. Hey, Chuck, I just saw you sneaking in there. Hey, what's going on? Welcome in. Kelsey Navarrete says, you have a review on 7204. Would that be similar to 6204? I'm staying in that room for the April. Yeah, is that that's the 4J, right? It sounds kind of familiar. Let me just double check. 7204. Yeah, that's the 4J interior. That's the one that's right at the front of the ship with the window that faces out. They call it obstructed interior or something like that. If that's what you're talking about, yeah, it should be very similar. So if you got the 4J, yeah, they consider it interior because it's an obstructed view out of that window. So it should be the same if that's what you ended up booking. Most likely, yes, right? Yes, December 2nd. I was so happy that you were on my very first cruise. Going on my second Radiance cruise on April 7th. That's so awesome. So awesome that you're ready to turn it around that fast and get back on. I love it. Have you done the 2-day cruise? Probably goes by really fast. Yeah, I know. Listen, that 3-day cruise to me goes by so fast. I can't even imagine a 2-day. I think last year they did it sometime in October. I think it was the 14th, if I remember correctly. And I thought about it for maybe 30 seconds. I was just like, man, it's a long way for me to go all the way out there, right? I'm in Arizona, so drive all the way out there. And it's long enough for me to go, or, for such a short, it's a long enough drive for me to go for a 3-day. I can't even imagine going for a 2-day. But if I live local, and, heck yeah, why not, right? Especially if it's, a cheap cruise. But yeah, it seems like it could be really fast. You have a review? Oh, see, this did that jumping thing again. Really weird. Sorry. Honey's the most personable person I've met in person and online. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And again, not sounding like a broken record. I I believe, especially those, and I've always told YouTubers, I don't understand those that, are kind of like turn it on when the camera turns on, because at some point there's a good chance you're going to run into people that watch your videos, your followers, and this and that, and they're going to be really disappointed, right? They're going to be really disappointed that, oh, this guy or this girl or this couple is not the same than what I see on video, right? I feel like it's really important, and I feel like to be honest, I think it's really important that people, when they're watching your videos, most people can kind of see through some of that stuff, right? So, and I'm just not a good liar. I know my wife like laughs about it all the time. She's like, it's great that you, because I'm just not a good liar. So she's like, that's a good thing for me, right? So I'm just who I am, and thank you. I appreciate you saying that. Your videos have been extremely helpful. Thank you. Well, you're very welcome, Cindy. I love making them, and I enjoy the feedback, and I enjoy the even if it's constructive criticism, I don't mind it. Somebody actually, and you'll see me doing it here in the live show tonight. I tend to sometimes ramble off on things, right? And I did it in a more recent video on my Ensenada one, and I even knew, and he never responded back, but he was giving me that criticism about just kind of going off on a tangent or going too long. I'm guessing because I'm also my own worst critic, and I'm guessing it was when I was walking through the fish market and explaining the whole thing about whether it's worth it to buy the seafood and then go and have it cooked. And anyway, you'll have to see the video. And and watching it back in editing, I was like, wow, honey, yeah, you rambled on for a long time. You could have probably made that a little more concise. So, but I'm glad they're helpful. I apologize sometimes if I just kind of roll on. Just bear with me. I'm always like trying to correct those type of things. But thank you so much, Cindy. We so appreciate all your expertise, honey. You're a rock star, my friend. Well, Sean, thank you so much. I'm glad you made it in here. I appreciate everybody's love and support and things like that. Again, it just makes it well worthwhile, because again, as I mentioned earlier, to me, from day the point where I realized, okay, what is my YouTube journey, what I want to do, was about building community, and I feel like I've done a really good job of that, and that communities continue to grow, and so that to me makes me happy. So thank you, Sean. How's the weather in late October? Tasha, October is my favorite. I know, again, broken record, my favorite time of the year to cruise. I love cruising in October. I cruised twice on the Panorama in October, at the end of the month, beginning of the month, and the end of the month. Weather was great. And then on the Radiance, I cruised in October. Let's see when it was. I cruised on October 7th. So it was the beginning of the month. But even when I went in November, like November 11th, the weather was still decent. So yeah, October is definitely good weather-wise out of Long Beach. Hopefully Bob Burns and I will get to meet Hani someday. I hope I get to meet you. I hope I get to meet everybody someday. Hopefully, you never know. On the social plan, I was able to use Facebook Messenger to connect with my hubby, but it was much easier to text message through iMessage. Okay, good to know. Were you able to, did you do any kind of video call on the social plan? Like I said, I've just never tried it, so I don't know. I used to always get the premium plan, and then I just stopped doing it and switched to the social plan, because most of the time I just message, the family at home through social media, through text message or whatever, or people on the ship through message. So, but let me know if you're able to make a video call. Do we have to buy an internet package for each of us? Yeah, yes and no, right? So yes, if you want to be able to communicate with each other. No, if you're like, I remember like way back when I first started cruising, we would get internet for my wife. As I mentioned, she's a realtor. She'd have to work, unfortunately, sometimes on the ship. I had no desire. I was not a YouTuber, whatever. I had no desire to be connected to the internet. I was one of these people that you hear. I wanted to completely unplug. I put my phone in the safe and go on about my business. But there was times where I needed to get connected for whatever, check my email, whatever. And so my wife, I could log on and, using my wife's account. She would have to log off. I can log on with her account. They allow that, right? So you could share a plan in that manner, but there's no way to communicate with each other without each of you having an internet package. Hope that helps. Michael says, our cruise week of March 20th weather is not looking favorable. Any suggestions for inside activities? I'll tell you, when I went February 24th, the bars are going to be super busy. I'm not sure if you're a bar person, but the bars inside are going to be super busy. I could not, like during the meet and greet, I was just trying to grab a drink at the Red Frog pub where we were doing our meet and greet. Forget it. I finally gave up after waiting. I probably stood around for like 20 plus minutes. And yeah, there was no, yeah. So it gets really busy. Inside activities, to answer your question, obviously other than the bar. So, you know, they have, I'm trying to think here. Yeah, and that's what's difficult. Like they'll have trivia, they'll have certain events. They try to adjust the schedules. They do a pretty good job of that kind of stuff. So they'll try to make sure there's enough to do, especially when they know that the weather is going to be bad. They'll try to make things to do. So it really depends on what you're into. I just truly enjoy just sitting around and people watching. Um, so, you know, you can definitely do that anywhere throughout the ship, down in the atrium area or that kind of thing. So they have in the Red Frog pub, and you can take kids in there. I know people, if you have kids, but people always ask, well, I can't take my kid in there. You can in the Red Frog pub in the back. There's a like a shuffleboard, like one of those, you know, like desktop, whatever you call it, you know, tabletop shuffleboard things. And there's something else back there. I'm trying to remember what it is. So there's a few little things that you could do there in the Red Frog pub in that back right corner. Just a few ideas. If somebody else has some ideas, I can't really think of some of that stuff off the top of my head right now. If I think of anything else, I'll come back and mention it. 3-day cruise went by so fast. I think a 5-day cruise would be perfect. Yeah, 5-day cruise would be nice. 5-day cruise would be nice for sure. Anyone do the resort day pass in Ensenada? Is there one? I don't look at the excursions honestly, so I don't know if they've added one. This question comes up a lot about a day pass, a resort day pass. I know way back when, like I want to say 2014, 15, in that time frame, when my wife and daughters and I, we went to and did like one of those resort day pass things. It was cool. The girls got to go swimming and enjoy the pool, and the wife and I just kind of hung out. I think we hung out a little bit in the hot tub. They had provided lunch, and then we'd go down, check out the water and things like that. So, but that was a long time ago. I can't remember the name of the place, but yeah, I know that gets asked a lot. Sean says, yes, you do. Oh, okay. Yep. Answer the question about the package. Want to be simultaneously connected. Looking forward to seeing everyone on the Radiance on April 7th. Very nice. Can only one person be the inner package, or does everyone have to? Yeah, and that was the question that was asked earlier, is that you only one can buy it, but there's no other way to communicate, unfortunately, unless you do the $5 Carnival Hub chat. But you could share the one internet package, as I mentioned earlier. Okay, don't knock me for my question, but if there are stores in Ensenada that sell dupes or knockoff purses. I had heard that they do. I can't tell you that I remember where. Here's what I'll tell you. Go see Victor at La Course Plaza 2, and he'll let you know. I remember he mentioned it to me. I think he said shoes, and maybe there's bags too, but he talked about there's a lot of shoe places and things like that. But yeah, Victor will know. Go ask Victor, or you can go ask Yahira across the street from Victor. She has a store, but she doesn't have any knockoff bags, but I'm sure she'll tell you. But unless somebody else knows, right, where there might be. But I remember somebody asking me to ask about shoes. And I asked Victor, and yeah, I got to fake it till I make it. No shame here. Hey, no worries. How long has the Carnival ship been out? Hi, Ashley. The Carnival ship been out? This one, the Radiance. I don't remember when it got here. It used to be the Victory. And then it got switched to the Radiance. Hey, what's going on? Hi, May. Greetings from Ensenada, right? Yeah, so this is, for those of you that did watch my Ensenada video, the most recent one, this is the YouTuber I was talking about that I met there. Very nice. Had a really great conversation, and has a YouTube channel. And he just recently, started a Carnival cruise series, if you will. He just put one out today. I watched it earlier, did a really good job with it. Kind of walks you, he does a little voiceover and kind of walks you. It's funny because it's actually very similar to the video I just put out. So he walks you through the boardwalk, but instead of, like, I came back and went through the fish market, he actually walks you around that back area where I just kind of pointed you out. He walks you around that area, shows you where the Ensenada signs are if you want to take selfies and stuff, and then walks out that way. So anyway, yeah, he does a really good job, very good quality. A lot of his most of his stuff was in Spanish, but most recently, this one here is in English. And like I said, he did a voiceover on that video. All right, Tasha says, we're going to be in 6459, 6451, back of the ship with the larger balconies. Have you stayed in those? I haven't. The aft balconies. Actually, I just booked somebody on one of those aft balconies today, and I was telling her that the I got to do a video of an aft balcony. What number was that? Yeah, because I was sending her the video. It was 6465, which is close to where yours is. 6465 aft balcony. I do have a video of it, and it was really cool. I could tell you the only thing is that it's a great view, right? Because you get the aft and you see the wake, of the ship behind you and all that stuff. But I think if I remember, and you'd have to watch the video, but I think I kind of mentioned that it's not very private. I think most of the balconies aren't for the most part, but I meant like I felt like it was kind of more open than a normal balcony. So you'll have to check out the video, Tasha, if you haven't already, and that I have of the aft balcony. I think I'll tell you a little bit more in that one. Dan says, we did a video call using WhatsApp and only had social plan 2 weeks ago on the Panorama. Perfect. Thank you, Dan. Appreciate it. Welcome in. So Dan's saying he did a video call using WhatsApp and using only social plan. So perfect. Good to know. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Love when the community can help out. Think of going to Hawaii next year, 14-day cruise. Has anyone did this? Wow. Yeah, so the Radiance is going to start doing those long cruises to Hawaii, and I know a lot of people are starting to book those. So yeah, I wonder if anybody in here has done a Hawaii cruise. I haven't. I'd love to. That would be Hawaii is like my favorite one of my favorite land places to go to. So it'd really be nice to combine the two things together, right? The cruising in Hawaii. The Radiance used to be Victory and entered service in 2000. Okay, thank you, Chuck. Appreciate that. G Prado, what's going on? What type of room do you usually book? I book whatever. I usually book an interior. Until recently, sometimes they've given me offers like where one time I got offers where the balcony was only $20. So of course I booked balconies during that time. Recently, they gave me offers for ocean views that were really cheap. So I booked a few ocean views for my upcoming cruises. But typically it's an interior. Most of the casino offers are going to give you interior cabins, especially, for me. And it doesn't matter. Like for me, it's just a place to pass out at the end of the night. So, but me personally, yeah, most of the time be an interior room. Thanks, Hani, for the October info. Oh, you're welcome, Tasha. Like I said, I know I always sound like a broken record, but I love cruising in October. And it's twofold, really, Tasha. The weather's, I would say, most of the time, right? I mean, Southern California weather is so weird. I mean, I've been in T-shirt and shorts on Thanksgiving and Christmas, and there's times where we're all bundled up and cold. Southern California is just really weird that way. But for the most part, October's are really nice weather-wise and affordability. I mean, you can get cruises. You cruise in the summertime, it's super expensive. You could cruise for half the cost, if not less, for October and just get amazing weather. So the Radiance 5-day cruise with 2 days in Cabo is an outstanding cruise. That would be a fun one. I love Cabo. Well, hello there. I like to. Hi back to you. How much is parking at the port for the 3-day cruise? 3-day would be $69. So it's $23 a day. So $69 for the 3-day cruise. Honest BLK man, first timer, 414, looking to get a couples massage in Ensenada. Do we need an appointment? So, So just contact Massage and Facial Care. The email is spatherapy@hotmail.com and set an appointment. It's better because if you just walk up, you may not be able to, especially for the couples massage. They have 2 rooms. One that's like they can completely open and just has a curtain if you want some privacy for whatever reason. But then there's another one that has this little wood door thing in between. Anyway, but to answer your question, yes, it would be best to book an appointment. Let me drop in the email. spatherapy@hotmail.com is who you want to get a hold of. That is Massage and Facial Care. That's the place that I go to. They're awesome people. So let me know if you have any other questions on that. Working port day. Okay. Steven says, I don't know about Mexico, but for our birthday cruise in June, there's the June gloom. Yeah. So Southern California, to Steven's point, is that you've got the May gray and the June gloom. Again, it's just hit and miss with the weather. So as I talk about how weird the Southern California weather, Stephen reminding me, you get the May gray, June gloom, It's tough, man. And it's crazy because one of the most commonly asked questions every time in the Facebook groups is always, "What's the weather going to be like? What's the weather going to be like?" And I always try to tell people, check when it's closer, check when it's closer to cruise, because I mean, even the weatherman or weatherwoman, right? Don't can't even get it right sometimes. So to ask a Facebook group for that message to that, you're just setting yourself up for failure, because they're going to just tell you what they remember from their last cruise. If you look at my January cruise video from well, no, I didn't. I remember I had issues, so I didn't have any videos from January. I had technical issues and had no audio on any of my videos. Oh gosh. Anyway, but the weather in my past January cruise or February cruise completely different than this January, February. It was really nice last year. This year was cold and rainy and all that. So yeah, weather, yeah, trying to predict weather, forget about it. All right, JDJ, anywhere walking distance from the Long Beach port to grab bottles of wine for embarkation. Nothing fancy needed. Walgreens would be fine. Walking distance, no, I joked with April about that. Her and her family stayed at the Hotel Maya the night before, just like we did, and they decided to walk to go get something to eat, and it was a long walk. And the Hotel Maya is even closer to like the shopping areas than the cruise port. So I would say your best bet is to maybe if you're taking an Uber to the terminal or something like that, maybe have the Uber stop somewhere to grab something. But yeah, definitely nowhere within walking distance. The other thing I tell people is, try to make some friends in the Facebook group and see if somebody would be willing to pick one up for you. So. Oh, you're very welcome, Michael. Hey, yeah, no problem. You're very welcome. No, there isn't a line. Yeah, the LB Cruise Port is highly industrial. Nothing is around. Yeah, it's a bummer. That's the one tough thing with that port. We walk. Yeah, there you go. We walked from the Hotel Maya to the restaurant, and it was far. Yeah, I'm sure you guys enjoyed yourself, right? I think your whole family, you guys all walked, but yeah, that's a long walk for sure. All right, so where are we at here? Okay, I'll stay on for about 9 more minutes, and then we'll call it good. I feel like the longer it goes, sometimes it just. But I'll definitely try to answer as many questions as I can here, and if not, get connected with us over at the Facebook group, and there's 5,000 plus people in there to help answer your questions as well. So you'll get a varying, of opinions and thoughts, not just what I think, but hopefully other people, and they do answer questions. If you're staying at the Hotel Maya, they have a small store and they sell wine as well. That's right? Yeah, next to the left of the front desk. That's true. They do have wine there. Worst case, you can just walk over there and get it, because it's not a far walk to the Hotel Maya. Take the free bus down to 7th and Long Beach Boulevard. Well, there you go. There's a free bus nearby. I'm trying to remember. I think it's over like down by the Queen Mary or something like that. Somebody had mentioned it in one of the Facebook groups about a free bus. So that's an option, of course. So just something to think about. All right. So while we're waiting, Hotel Maya is a nice walk. It is. We did it the night before. We walked to the Long Beach Cruise Terminal, took some pictures, and it was just a really nice walk. I like walking over there when it's nice and peaceful and quiet. And then we went back to the hot tub where I ran into April and her family. So that was fun. Tasha says, is there a pharmacy close to the port in Ensenada? Yeah, there is one that I usually recommend, and it's close to the port. It's called Farmacias Roma. So as you come out of the flagpole area, so if again, the videos will kind of help give you some bearings here and some visualization. But as you're coming out of the flagpole area, right now they have this carnival set up until the end of summer. You'll pass that carnival. Before you cross the street, you'll make a right. So if you cross the street, you're gonna see El Güero, the little cart on the left hand side there. But if you just make a right at that main street there, you're gonna see Happy Factory Popcorn on your right, a taco place, and then right past it on your right side, maybe I don't know, 50 feet or less, you'll see Farmacias Roma. So that one it's pretty close. It sounds far, but it's not that far. Called Passport. I'm not sure what that. Sorry, I'm not sure what that was before. Called passport. Okay, thank you for your most recent video. I'm actually get off the boat in Ensenada now. Yeah, listen, that's the big thing for me, and that's why I try to show people that if you're not comfortable going to downtown or just don't have any desire, I'm okay with that. It's not a big deal. There's nothing wrong with that. Everybody's comfort level is different. When people ask me about safety and things like that, I'm not here to try to tell people, oh yeah, go out of your comfort zones and this and that, like some people do. I respect that everybody has different comfort zones. With that said, I wanted to show people the option of going down the boardwalk and things like that. I think that's a very good happy medium, if you will. So yeah, definitely a good option. Okay, one last question. Is there a lot of spring breakers the week of April 17th? Yeah, I can tell you that a lot of places, March and April, have their spring breaks, a lot of the colleges and this and that. I remember going, I'm trying to remember when it was last year. Was it in March or was it in April? But anyway, there was a Utah. There's a bunch of people from Utah. So Utah was having their spring break. And so there's a bunch of people from Utah, a lot of spring breakers. So yeah, when you're cruising through that March, April, more so March for sure. But sometimes in April, you'll get a little bit of bleed over from different states, nearby states, and their colleges' spring breaks. And if you go on the weekend, if you go on the 4-day, you should be a little bit better off, but with spring break, all right, it's the whole week, but just keep that in mind. But usually most of them, the spring breakers really love that Friday and Monday cruise. The free buses and the Long Beach Transit Passport. Okay, thank you. That's what the passport was. Okay, so the free buses and the Long Beach Transit Passport only runs on weekends. Okay, got you. Thank you, Stephen. Appreciate the clarification on that. And thanks a million for all your help and all you do for the Carnival community. My absolute pleasure, for sure. Does Carnival send out attestation letters? I watch videos. No, not anymore. I haven't seen those. Gosh. Since they removed all the requirements and things like that, especially on these short cruises. So yeah, I haven't received those. Oh, thank you, Groomer Girl Bruno. Appreciate that so much. Again, I really do appreciate these super chats. Completely not necessary, but very thankful. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the $20 super chat. Thanks so much. What is it's the letter that they send out? I think that was the health letter. Edward, correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's what it was, right? The health letter. The bus is called Passport. Sorry. Okay. All right. Now, yeah. And then Stephen kind of clarified that. Okay. Good deal. No worries. Since my solo cruises, I have a rule. I don't get off the boat only if I'm traveling with others. Thanks. Yeah. No worries. Yeah. No. Again, like I said, everybody, and Miss Martin, you're definitely proving my point, right? Everybody's comfort level is different. And so that's why I feel like it's important to share whatever information I can, and then everybody does what they do. Whether, when I recommend a place to, hey, this place to eat or this, I don't expect, like, some people prefer to just go and eat at McDonald's, and I'm okay with that. That's not a problem. But there's some that like to venture out and do those things. So absolutely, I feel like everybody should do what makes them happy, right? Whether it's on the cruise ship or off the cruise ship, for sure. I'm going on during Easter Sunday, so I wonder if spring breakers will be on that cruise as well. Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. It'll be interesting. Like I said, I remember, and I wish I remember the date. But I remember there's a ton, like everybody I ran into was there, like college people from Utah. It was funny. They're great. They're a lot of fun. Actually, I think it was that one video, that one of my shorts that I posted where one of them was in a dance-off battle, they were a fun group. So for sure. Sorry if this has been asked. Hi, KS. I just joined the video. If you're doing an excursion through Carnival, where do you go when you get off the ship to get to the excursion? Okay, I'll answer this question and then we'll wrap up. So when you get off of the ship, okay, so you'll get a letter usually, and they'll tell you where to go. So I don't know if you're asking for, I shouldn't just make the assumption of Ensenada, because Catalina may have different instructions. So if you're going in Catalina, follow the instructions on the sheet. I have one posted in my Facebook groups. I don't have it memorized where they ask you to meet, but somebody had provided me the sheet of what they tell you what to do. But in Ensenada, they'll tell you, more than likely, they're going to tell you to come out. If they're not going to have you meet somewhere, when you get off the ship, you're going to see these little, like, kiosk things and stuff like that. And then that's going to be all the different excursions. You'll see them. I think they're wearing like orange jackets or vests, and that crew is the excursion crew. So when you come off the ship, you're going to see them right straight ahead of you as you're coming out. These like little pop-up kiosk thingies there. So, but I definitely follow the instructions. If you bought the excursions through Carnival, follow the instructions that they give you on the letter. Then it'll be in your cab, like where your cabin number is. They'll usually slip a piece of paper there for you. Easter week is spring break here in Utah. College in Utah is March. Okay, good to know. Thank you, Dan. Appreciate that. So Easter week is spring break in Utah. College in Utah. So it was March. Yeah. Now that you said that, because I remember I did a back-to-back in March. That for the celebration, Carnival celebration, and I did a back-to-back, and that's right. That the second part of the cruise, the 4-day, there was a bunch of the spring breakers from Utah. Okay, yep, there you go. So thank you for refreshing my memory. All right, thank you, everybody. We're gonna go ahead and wrap it up unless there's any last-minute questions. Of course, like I said, if you're not part of the Facebook group, come join us over there. It's called Carnival Long Beach Cruisers. Radiance, Panorama, Miracle, and Firenze. I have to remind myself. It's a long one. It's a tongue twister. So come join us over there if you're on Facebook. And then I have the other group, the Ensenada Cruisers, chat tips, and port information. Come join us there. 7 days a week. You can ask questions and get a bunch of help from all the different people in there. So thank you again, everybody. I appreciate it. Thank you to the people that gave the super chats again. Completely unnecessary, but thank you, much appreciated. And again, usually when I do these, and it all depends on my schedule. It's either going to be a Wednesday or a Sunday. Next week probably won't do it because I'm going out of town. I'm going to. So speaking of spring breaks, my oldest daughter's spring break is different because she does like a nursing class too. So I'm taking her to San Diego with my youngest daughter and go see my mom and all them, hang out there, and then bringing them back, and then taking my middle daughter back there so she can hang out for spring break in San Diego, and then we'll go on our cruise afterwards. So there's a good chance I won't be doing a live show between now and my next cruise. So I apologize in advance. I want to be able to spend that time with my mom and my sisters and everybody there in San Diego. Maybe I'll do a pop-up live on Facebook or something like that. I don't know that I'll do anything on YouTube. So those of you that are connected with me, if you're not connected with me on Facebook, my profile is Hani Beach Life. So Hani Beach Life. Connect with me there. So I'll most likely probably just do a pop-up live and somewhere like as I'm out in there in San Diego, we can chit chat. All right, everybody. Thank you. Have a good night. We'll talk to you soon.